Now, if we look at the country and rainfall for the month of May thus far, the month of May thus far, we see mostly still dry here in the southern plains. We see dry in the northern plains. We see an abundance of rain right in through here from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, across Wisconsin and Michigan. This is an area where we're seeing very slow corn and soybean planting progress. Take note of that. If we look at growing degree days, which we're going to start putting out our reports here shortly on growing degree days and accumulations through the growing season, you can see we haven't accumulated very much. In Missouri, parts of Illinois have topped 200 growing degree days so far to help that corn emerge. But much of the rest of the country is still below 200 growing degree days. If we look at how that plays out to normal, that's actually above normal for much of the Midwest. Not a great deal, but a little more than 60, a little more than 30 it looks like, a little more than 30 growing degree days above normal. So what's the forecast the next 2 weeks, next 15 days? Well, generally warm conditions. That's good for helping the corn out. Look at this area here of wetness, southern Minnesota, Iowa, where I showed you they'd been so wet. Look in the 1 to 5 day, that's a 1 to 5 day. Look at the 6 to 10 day, that same area plus other is wet. 11 to 15 day as well. There's some real concerns about that area getting dry enough to plant corn this year. If we look at the projected sea surface temperatures in the ENSO cycle, looks like we're going to be moving more toward I get them mixed up. Let's see, more toward an El Nino side. But it looks like we're going to be primarily neutral. Neutral is between 1/2 degree Celsius above and 1/2 degree Celsius below. The primary summer months are right in here. And it looks like we're going to be primarily in a neutral territory during that period of time. Commodity weather groups temperature outlook for the summer, a little bit below normal, northern Minnesota, much of Wisconsin, mostly normal elsewhere. Precip, mostly normal, June, July, and August. So no real problems there. Excuse me. There are some forecasts that are out there now calling for hot weather. Hot, dry weather. Those forecasts are based off of a couple models. One is a form of the NMME, and the other is the GFS operational that tend to have a real hot bias. The more trusted and dependable forecast models simply don't support that. Neither do the analogs based on warm waters off the West Coast. It's possible. Can't rule it out. The odds show what I think 16% odds of a hot, dry Midwest.